Good morning, everyone. It's morning, March 9th, and I'm recording a new video for you. It's Alex, Ukrainian civilian. Today, I'd like to share more personal insights how we purchase goods for Ukrainian soldiers, for Ukrainian territorial defense. It's my personal journey, and I do not use any additional resources. Basically, this is only about my experience, how we collect money inside of Ukraine, inside of our condominium. And also, I'd like to share my view on the current situation in Ukraine, and I hope it will help you to understand better what is happening here without any publishment from Western media, so you can find information directly from this source. One important thing I'd like to share is the map that is prepared by Nathan Roser. He's a Western journalist, and you can find him on Twitter. I do not want to, let's say, to put any outer pride from my side. So basically, I use his sources because he worked closely with our local army, with our local journalists, and this is real information from Ukraine, basically. So a lot of you see that the map covered by territories, and from the personal view, it's not correct. Why? It's very simple. Because Russian army doesn't have any resources to to control huge territories beside the roads and some particular cities that you may heard in your news. Right now, Russian army moves directly by roads. They don't have troops to keep garrisons in smaller villages, in smaller cities, and of course, you might saw footages from Melitopol, Berdyansk, or Kherson. These cities where local people start to protest against Russian occupation. You may ask, what's happening? Why Russian troops do not try to dissolve this protest? And the answer is quite simple. You probably heard that Russia very roughly react to any protests inside of Russian Federation. However, their Russian guards or Российская гвардия, they mostly are involved in the attack activities. So basically, they are dying in the same trucks that you might see as Russian soldiers do. So basically, Russian regular soldiers, they are not ready to dissolve protests, to actively work against peaceful civilians, and they're not ready to shoot them. That's why you can see a lot of protests, you can see a lot of local resistance, and a lot of soldiers do not want to fight because they understand this is an aggressive war. There is no common with the peacekeeping operation, or there is no common with defense war. That's why it makes the morale very low for Russian soldiers. So the current situation is very specific. Vladimir Putin apparently doesn't have any real understanding of what is happening here in Ukraine, because his own generals are not ready to share their any arguments for their defeat, for their losses. Right now, today on March 9th, they're trying to regroup and accumulate more forces in order to start the second wave of attacks. Ukrainian army is ready for this scenario because of one simple reason. We need to make another huge strike that is possible when these columns will move to next cities. Another bad news, Ukrainian economy faces multiple losses because of logistics, because of people that join territorial defense forces, and we try to do everything in our what we can do in order to keep Ukrainian economics run in the peaceful regions. So we continue to, not we, I'm sorry, Ukrainian army continues to improve positions and continues to improve its arsenal. So we are training our troops in order to use javelins and laws. I'm not sure everything that the Western countries supply us right now. So the war will not finish in a week. But again, we are ready for this. I mean, active Ukrainian people, we are ready. And for example, I and my wife, we are not ready to move from our city. It's right now 10 kilometers from the war activities, but we understand there would be a lot of elders, moms with children that are not ready to move to Poland or any other country or even to Western Ukraine.
Everyone, today starts the second trip to Kyiv in order to purchase foods for our defenders. As you can see, our blend is helping us. So you can see right now the weather is just charming. It's snowing, the wind is awful, and I'd like to remind you that in a couple of days it will be minus 10 degrees, and thanks God we will have no issues with epidemiology, because a lot of Russian invaders are just laying down in our beautiful land, and I hope they would like this weather. And I'd like to send greetings to all Russian soldiers from warmer regions like Krasnodar, Dagestan and Chechnya. Guys, please welcome Ukraine in March. So guys, for civilized Western people, this may look a little bit horrible because it's messy, it's dirty. However, this is the building of local product base for small shops. Here you can buy a lot of cheap porridge, a lot of cheap oil, a lot of cheap products. So we buy eggs here for our guys. It's not a polished supermarket or something like that, but you can buy a lot. And of course, the people here are very loyal to volunteers that help to supply our guys. So I'm not going to show you anything inside of it because it's really messy. However, just keep in your mind that we work in non-polished environment in order to supply our guys. So another piece of new information for someone. This is how classic living district in Kyiv looks like. This is neighborhood called Avalon. Maybe you heard about the joke that local, let's say, simple criminals, yes, light criminals, they just stole an armored vehicle from Russian soldiers when there were a lot of saboteur groups. So basically, it's here. There are a lot of such guys who do not mind to steal something from regular civilians, but in time of need, they also can do something useful. So right now, this is peaceful part of Kyiv. Thanks God, Russia is, let's say, spending a lot of rockets, and anti-aircraft systems in Kyiv are very effective. So that's why the city right now is quite peaceful. So we are close to metro. This is a wholesale store. Germans, Austrians, Polish guys probably know this network or wholesale supermarkets, and we came here to buy meat, buy some other supplies because it's cheaper here. So probably you heard that Ukrainians boycott companies that still work in Russia. Again, we try to not harm civilians in Russia, but again, on my posts on 9gag, I discussed that Putin right now has enormous support from regular civilians, and unfortunately, we need also to crush their economy. It would help to stop this aggression. And let's say so, Metro unfortunately is an example of a trademark of company that we cannot boycott because we use it for our activity, for our volunteering. But however, I always say Ukrainians have very specific quality. We never forget our friends. We will never forget people that donate to our army, to our humanitarian organizations. But we also never forget those who are not our friends, who help our enemies. So I think Metro might face some issues in Ukraine with demand of their services. So we are inside Metro. As you can see, again, there are a lot of household goods, but they're not interesting for people. So again, all liquors or booze are banned from selling because it's war state. I haven't drunk, I don't know, a single milliliter of alcohol since the beginning. I don't want to drink. And basically that's how this wholesale store looks like inside. So it's similar to what you see in Europe, in the United States. People are buying, people are looking for particular needs. So almost every single Ukrainian now have, 7 days amount of food. And basically now most of us are working on purchasing goods for volunteers or filling own amounts of food and everything else. Let's continue. This is how right now one of Kyiv districts look like. So it's almost the same as I've shown before. So right now it's sunny, all snow melted down. We finished purchasing, and right now one of our medalists is waiting for to get fuel, because only some of gas stations are working, and you need to stay in Kyiv in order to get fuel for your car. So as you can see, Kyiv now lives, it's alive. People are going for their businesses. Some of people try to work in order to earn some money. However, at 8 p.m. The commandant hour starts and everyone should be at their home. Because of different warnings we received from Russia, how they are going to attack Kyiv. So life continues. Everyone involved in volunteering works. A little bit later I will try to prepare some kind of presentation to show you where your money goes. If you donate your money to National Bank or you donate to some potential charity organizations, I will explain how this money is distributed across Ukraine. So stay tuned. I will record some kind of afterword for this video, and I'll try to make some new content for you guys in order to share more information about Ukraine today.
That's all, folks. It was my video. As always, I'm sorry for the quality of my recordings. They're not polished. I don't have much time to work on them. I will try to prepare a piece of analytics about funds you spend on us, your government spend on us. I'd like to say thank you to all people of this world that support us. I cannot count all countries because it will take too much time. We see everything, we are grateful, and we will stand to the end. We need to fight for our freedom. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope this video was useful. You found something new, and I will try to make more content. And I ask you, please enjoy your life, enjoy your peaceful sky, and do not worry much about Ukraine. You won't be able to keep the same level of emotional engagement for long. Just remember, we are here, we are not fleeing, and we will fight. Thank you so much and have a nice day.